Good everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we have a rare vehicles episode on the German SM.79B. This actually has a little bit more of a story than the other ones. This is the export variant, and this was bought by Romania, which is the Air Force skin that it is in. And well, it's arguably the worst SM.79. Now why is that? Well, for a start, you only have two engines, which I know having three doesn't seem like much of a luxury, but you'll be surprised. You also do not get a front gun, because remember we used to have the Hump, which was the nickname of this aircraft, I remember rightly, or I'm going to call it the Camel, because it sounds more funny. You obviously do not have the 50 cal up here. We do have the 50 cal in the back, which looks like he gets a bit more coverage, but you know. And of course, the side gunners and the lower gunners and the bomb load doesn't change. It's just we lose an engine and we also don't have the 50 cal in the front. Now obviously that can affect the aircraft in both survivability and grinding purposes. So God help anyone who bought a talisman on this damn thing, because you know some poor bastard did. That's all I'm saying. But it is certainly an aircraft that, whilst it is something that I never use, I mean, the Series 8 didn't go so bad, so maybe this might not be so bad. We don't know, but I suspect this will be the worst one other than the Biz TM, which whilst it does have more well, it actually has some armor. That one does have reduced coverage on the side gunners and has a bit less coverage on the top and bottom gunner, so we'll have to see about that. But hopefully we can get a somewhat capable result out of this aircraft, because trust me, I don't like this thing. This is the only SM.79 that I don't like, and the Biz TM is borderline on that. Let's put it that way. So obviously bomb loads haven't changed. Depending on the map will be what we take. It's highly likely I'll be taking the GP250s, but it just depends on what we really get for a map, really. And obviously, given the fact that we don't have the forward gun and we're down one engine, we are obviously a bit slower than the other SM.79s. But additionally, we can't fly one engine, so this will be interesting. And if we somehow get a map where Joe loses an engine, I will let you all see the inevitable fall to the ground, because trust me, it will happen. This thing can't fly on one engine. So, let's go see what this thing can do, because trust me, it's not going to be fun. I'm glad I'm getting this one done, and then the 202 is getting its shine in the what was it? The 202 is getting shining not only next, but also in the Talisman series, so that's a positive. Which reminds me, that's another thing I need to record. I did the P3 first, and you would have obviously seen the P3 after the 202, but yeah, at this moment in time, Joe hasn't recorded the 202 because Joe kind of forgot, but you know. Right, so given it is this map, I'm going to be taking obviously the 5250s. What's embarrassing is the Catalina you just saw there, he actually has a better bomb load than I do. But, you know, it's an SM.79. It's not exactly the best in terms of its capabilities anyway. So we're at a 3.0 match. We have got a bunch of freaking fail squads. I mean, we've got an MS-405, a HE-51. Yeah, this isn't going to go well, I don't think. But yeah, pretty much this is the worst performing variant out of all the SM.79s. Like, it is a bit faster than the Biz TM, but the Biz TM has a better dive. And plus, it has more armor protections, which can make up for it. So it's not as bad, but I personally think the Biz TM's stat card is wrong anyway. I mean, most planes in War Thunder have a wrong stat card. But, you know, it's just one of those things. So when I actually, like, showed this vehicle coming up in the series, I actually had a Romanian mate of mine that I went to school with. And he was like, how good is this plane? Because obviously he's from Romania, he wanted to find out how good the plane was. And I was like, to be brutally honest, mate, you are not missing much. And, well, that still applies to this day. But yeah, looking at this team composition, I'm not expecting much. And Yeah, unless they've got a bunch of fail squads, which, well, they don't, this is not going to be fun. If you're expecting Joe to go around gunshipping in an SM-79, not this one, because Joe doesn't even have the 50 cal. So, I suppose on the positive side, this is the more elegant looking variant and less, shall we say, stupid is the best way I can put it. So we're going to go for the right base. I think on this BR it will take all the bombs to kill the base. I would assume, but I'm going to drop 4. I don't see any enemy bombers, so we can't really go for them. But unfortunately, if you're expecting high kill games in this plane, I'm afraid you're looking at the wrong video. Because, well, it's an SM-79. It's not exactly a stellar aircraft in terms of getting kills, but I mean, you seem to all enjoy the other SM-79 episodes, so maybe this one might actually get to do some work. I'm obviously being quite sarcastic there. So we've not really got anything to look at in terms of enemy aircraft at the minute. I'm just moving my chair a little bit to get a bit more comfy. I don't see any enemy interceptors, so we should be okay to just freely drop the bombs, which is nice. But yeah, I'm not holding up much hope. In fact, I'm just going to drop a whole lot. Less weight is less weight, and trust me, dropping over 1.2 tons of bombs is going to make a difference in the airframe. And remember, they're stored vertically as well, so there we go. That's all them out. And they're Italian bombs, so they're probably going to want to bomb the other base on our side in about, what, 10 minutes? So that's why we need to get them out now. And that is exactly why Joe doesn't want to play this thing. Because that's a P-39K. So our best option here is, well, the bombs are probably going to change sides in a minute, but, you know, then again, this is a Romanian plane, so maybe it will stay truthful till the end. We don't know that. So I'm actually going to dive down and see if I can bring the enemy aircraft down for our fighters to deal with, but I doubt they're going to deal with it. Because normally when they see a rare plane like this, they tend to bomb rush it. So that's Subaru Impreza guy, good taste. He's in a Porkies, which, well, what am I going to do against the Porkies in this damn thing? I mean, maybe I might piss it off, but I don't really want to do that. I'm going to make a slow descent so we can go and gunship some ground targets, because that's probably the best thing and the most interesting thing we can do in this thing before we die. Because trust me, this plane is not exactly enjoyable. I mean, it doesn't help that we got an up tier, but, you know. You know what? Let's go and help against the I-16. Obviously, we don't have the forward gun, so we're going to have to take that into account. Right, well, he's being swarmed up there. That Catalina just got eaten. Now we should be able to use the speed that we've built up and cut in front of the I-16. Come on, roll. Hey, excuse me. That was rude. P-40 is going for me now, I think. That was a 27, so that thing's got cannon. So we've got to be careful. I say that and I'm making my way towards a fucking P-39K. But, you know. By the way, usual advisory, do not try this at home. It isn't going to work out. Probably. Alright, keep flying straight, buddy. I might be able to cut in front of him. Or you can be a dumbass. That also works. Alright, reduce speed warning. The fact that we're trying to do this is just a pure intention of how boring this plane is to actually play. So sometimes you have to do some dumb shit in order to get something out of this thing. Could probably take this thing in the ground forces if you guys are not satisfied with this, but, you know. Who's ever really tried to see an SM.79B try and dogfight a P-39K? I'll give you a second to think about that. Yeah, I didn't think so, because no one is stupid enough, but hey, we've got to have some lack of brain cells on this channel, and since it's not my teammates doing it, I will do it. Come on, buddy. Ah, you got it. Right, incoming lag 3. I'm compressing a little bit, which, to be fair, it's an SM79, it compresses anyway, but you get my point. Oh, dear. Come on, girl. Right, well, we gave him some taste of the 12.7, but he's probably going to go for me anyway. Chaika's coming in, which is very, very dangerous. I don't want to go near that, but unfortunately, we don't have much of a choice. We're being cut off by the Chaika. Gonna attempt to pitch down. Come on, you fat fuck. There we go. The lag 3 is coming in now, so let's see if we can get some shots on. Ow. Lag 3 first. Oil tank. Come on, gunner. I don't know the Romanian name. There we go. We got a fire. We got killed, but oh well. Now, will the fire stick? I mean, it doesn't matter because his engine's dead, but... And there we go. We got the Chaika. Unfortunately, we didn't get the lag 3. But I'll take that. That was just fucking stupid, wasn't it? Well, let's go back to the hangar and we can conclude this aircraft after doing some very dumb shit. Like I said, if you're going down the Italian tree, don't do that because you're not gonna get much out of this thing. The probably best thing you could do if you're not going to do dumb shit is to pretty much do what I did, but just dive towards the airfield and just hope you don't get followed back, because that's probably your best option. And before anyone takes that out of context, no, I am not saying camp your runway. What I am saying is run to your team and hope for the best. If you camp a runway in this plane, I mean... It's a SM79, so I wouldn't blame you, but at the same time, don't do it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video on the SM79B. This was certainly one that I didn't think was actually going to get a kill in. We're probably going to get an assist on the lag 3. We'll have to check the server replay later. But, yeah. Next up in the series is something that I'm pretty certain people will enjoy. Obviously, you'd have already seen this thing in the Talisman series. Joe still needs to record that, so I'll do that in a moment, probably. And, well, we get the German 202, which, well, it's a 202. I like me a 202. Obviously, the 3 vehicles down here will be explained as time goes on, but, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on the SM79B and the very dumb flying on my part, and I will see you all on the next one.